Hey
everyone.
What up, y'all?
Happy Sunday. Welcome to Real Raw
Guess
Life.
what time it is?
2.0. It's always now.
It's always now.
Oh my goodness. Well, this week has been
Wild.
And tomorrow we got the
7-7
portal.
Jump on that
All
wavelength.
kinds of magic.
You know, I already feel that magic. It's like alignment in the thoughts in my mind. I'm feeling the frequency of what I actually want, and also the layer of reality in life of what's really up and what's up today.
You know, all that crazy shit that's been going on.
Microcosm and the macrocosm. Like
this week,
just saying.
Yeah, we might be tasty, but we're not bitter, salty, or sour. We're just straight up spicy. So for anybody who thinks we might be bitter, because actually I got a few, or maybe not a few, just a couple.
Or salty.
A couple.
I think we're salty too.
A couple of beings who think that we might be salty or bitter because we're always chatting about our relationships. Because, you know, like we were saying, everything is a relationship.
Relationship with your breath, yourself.
Let's just face it, we're nothing but real and raw about everything. If you hadn't figured that out yet.
Just drop that right there.
And
no, I will be straight up with pretty much every aspect of me. Sometimes I am bitter, but I think I'm more spicy.
For sure. And you know what? At this point in my life, it's more that I just don't put up with bullshit anymore.
Wow. Okay, so that's the thing is like when you call it the way you see it or you speak how you feel about something, it might actually look like you're nagging or complaining, right? But like we're really just being honest about how I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, what I want.
Truly. Well, actually,
I'm a solutions person.
I shared this post with you before the other day about, you know, when you start to place boundaries, it will feel like aggression to even yourself and to other people because they're used to you being a people-pleasing little, I don't like the word bitch.
Doormat. Let me wipe my feet off on. And that's what I'm just realizing today. I had this huge, long realization of like, how have I been not saying no? And it's so funny. I pulled this card. She had these like tarot card things. They were like answers to your questions. And I just pulled one. I had no question. And it was like,
the signs are all around.
The reply is no. And our good friend Dixie, she was like, I'm sorry, I have to go to the bathroom. And then you don't come back. I just started cracking up. Like her no is like I remove my energy.
Just remove your energy.
And
like, there's no need to defend yourself.
Here's the thing: if I'm feeling toxic in the relationship, that's a time to remove my energy as well. I'm not just speaking like, oh, everyone else is toxic, not great. But if I'm feeling frustrated, it's time to remove myself. Period. Hands down. Major lesson in some of my past relationships that was like a loud and clear message. Like you're feeling frustrated with this person over and over and over again. Not a match, not a fit.
Thank you, but no fucking thank you. And so here it is actually. Boundaries will feel like aggression when your baseline has been people pleasing. Self-love is not the saccharine sweetness. I don't know if I'm saying that word right or not. It's not the saccharine sweetness.
Saccharin?
The saccharin sweetness we're sold, but fierce protection of your own wilderness. It is standing guard at the borders of yourself and basically saying, fuck no. Like, this is what is and is not.
But do your guardians need to be like fire-spitting dragons? Or like, what is the level of our gargoyles like sitting here?
Absolutely not. That's the thing.
What level of presence do you need to have to not react in the face
when you have truly actually tuned into your nervous system and learn how to upregulate and downregulate your nervous system, aside from moments of intense chaos with people, when you practice that on your own, then when you are in moments of intense chaos with others, there will be more of a space or a separation between your reaction. You'll have more of a response that's tempered with your ability to actually be present with what you're feeling and the wisdom to not jump down someone's throat.
For sure. But it's really interesting when you do make those choices. I think that I find many times people don't want to shift with you in that reality. I'm not going to react anymore turns into, oh, hell no, you're going to keep reacting with me. Like, no, you're not going to, like, no, we usually do this dance and this tango. And when you stop doing that and then you see this person wants to keep doing that dance, I mean, then what do you have to do? You just completely remove yourself.
You just remove yourself, and you don't
defend.
That's
the only other option you have.
You don't ever defend. You don't defend your behavior, and you don't try to justify or also try to make the other person feel okay.
Right.
Like, that's what a people pleaser does.
Right.
It's like, oh, you're hurt and upset. How can I make this right?
That's the number one thing that I've been doing my whole life that has robbed me of vital energy, has given me panic attacks, has brought me so much cortisol and stress from not just removing myself.
I mean, I was just talking about this with Miss Liz Love. Shout out to Miss Liz Love. We did a recent podcast episode that has yet to be released, but we were talking about, Alzheimer's and autoimmune, and more women than men are plagued by autoimmune chronic illness, chronic ailments.
And it's from the heightened continuous cortisol, adrenaline, and it starts to eat away at certain parts of your brain, like memory centers that would cause Alzheimer's. It's toxic. It's a toxic substance, and we're supposed to have it for a moment, like beer, tiger, run, not be living in that state constantly. And when you have a toxic relationship with any person, that's the kind of state of being that you're living in all the time. Is in a constant toxic. And where's the spray, by the way? Because this is the number one thing that in my life that I think has really up-leveled my ability to stay in my body, even through traumatic.
Gotta get your spray in every day. 4 sprays, 3 times a day. This literally will unravel all of the chaos in your nervous system. It will open up the microcirculation so that blood can flow.
It's getting to your brain again to heal it.
And so that toxins can leave your body, so that parasites can leave your body, which are also causing you immense amounts of distress.
They're in all areas of your body. They're not just in your intestines. They can be anywhere, by the way.
And it's deeply nourishing your body on a cellular level.
So it's getting to
this is the cleanest, purest nutrition that you can actually find on this planet. It's grown in blue zones that are completely untouched by toxins, chemicals, all the chemtrails and all the shit that this planet is being plagued by right now. So the other topic that actually kind of leads into this is,
and I want to talk about myself today too, and I
want to talk about
like all the shit that I have that is like not healthy in me, because we've been accused
of pointing out all of the toxicity in our relationships.
Any of my posts, you'll see all the toxic shit that I come up with.
If you go back and actually watch our videos, we don't specifically name anyone, and actually I didn't even specifically talk about any specific relationship period at all. I literally, and we both said,
well, this is the thing,
there is toxicity that lives in all of us from the patterns that we have.
It doesn't matter if you're talking about them or not.
It's true. It's true.
They will think that and assume that their shame will assume that it's meant for them.
And so this isn't really specifically geared towards men, but I do feel that men definitely have a challenging time sitting with shame.
Oh, that's the number one reason that men are the way they are.
Well, actually, did you know, I sent you that video earlier, but this woman was talking about how little boys, did you know, I didn't know this, there are more little boys born than girls, like every year. There are more males born than females, and they are far more sensitive. And there's more, how did she word it? There's more males born, but there's also more male suicides and all these different things. And first of all, they're born into a patriarchal program that was not designed to help them actually succeed.
Which we should revisit the circumcision topic, because
there's so many layers to this.
That's a huge layer right there, is what we would call mutilation of the genital organs.
But they truly are more sensitive. Males are far more sensitive than females.
Are they looking at circumcised males or intact ones? Because that's a good question.
That's also a good question.
Like maybe they're more sensitive because they were severely traumatized when they were born.
And so we are like literally, we're the number one callers out of truth. What word am I looking for?
Outers of truthers.
We call out truth, but we're also like the number one supporters of men in a lot of different ways, because I'm here to
I've been supporting
talk
men
about
since we started with 1.0.
Truly, and we truly do
And here's,
love men.
I want to applaud men, because I was just
and
thinking
also,
about this today.
we're gonna hold you to the fire.
What do? They do things like keep track of directions. They know how to get places, and I am like clueless. I even can't figure out how far of a distance is. You know when Google's like, turn right in 500 feet. I'm like, I have no clue how far 500 feet is at all. Maybe that's just a me thing, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's a feminine thing.
No, and there's amazing women. I forget her name, Dr. Lisa something. I'll have to post her in the comments, but she does tons of videos about the difference between male and female brains. Like, they are so vastly different in the different parts of our brains that we use.
Women, they'll have different parts of their brains lighting up, and then men will literally have one spot in their brain lighting up.
Well, they're very hyper focused on one thing, which makes them so amazing at doing specific things.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Like, I need help with little fixing things that I would never be able to figure out how to do. There's so many things I was just thinking like that add up to be so great about men, that the only thing I can complain about is that they don't know how to show up with the emotions and things. And that's, I think, what we've been talking about in 1.0, we've been talking about in 2.0, and we're going to keep talking about it.
And part of that is to do with the fact that they have been so deeply shamed to even have emotions.
Like what I say when I'm with my clients with hypnotherapy, it's always the shame loop. The shame loop is what keeps people trapped in their negative behaviors and cycles. Because if you're ashamed of any part of yourself, I know from experience, you will never get out of that. You will always be stuck in that shame loop that keeps triggering you into negative behavior.
Well, and it was why this woman was saying in this one video about little boys and why it's so important that little boys, even more than little girls, actually need that deep, reliable connection when they're younger, even more than little girls. And a lot of them either are taught not to have that, or they're not even given that, period.
Right, straighten up. Boys don't cry. Like, that attitude still kind of prevails in a lot of households. Just saying, we have a lot of compassion.
For sure. We totally do. We hope, we know, we love you, men. And also, like I said, we're going to hold you to the fucking fire. Just like we also would hold our friendships to the fire. And so when safe spaces turn toxic, how to spot subtle abuse in relationships. Right. Like, this topic has been coming up a lot recently.
For this one.
Oh. Well, what do you have to say about that this week?
Well, I'm just saying, when you don't feel safe in a relationship to speak to someone about their behavior or how they treat you, what is the option that you have? When this relationship is toxic for you, what options do you have? Whether it's romantic, friendship, business, like, drop a comment. How do you do it? Like, how do you deal with these toxic relationships?
For me, if I don't have to continue to interact with them, I just remove my energy. But, you know, for instance, like, I have that dynamic with the father of my son. And so, yes, I'm going to speak specifically about this because this is something that I've had to deal with for going on 6 years now, where if I don't act a certain type of way, if I don't, you know, do exactly what he wants, then he may or may not show up financially. Like, that is not a safe space. That is not a safe relationship. When you make an agreement, but you're not really making agreement because there's strings attached to it. And yeah, a lot of
you're not able to freely just move through the relationship.
Right. And so a lot of friendships can actually end up becoming that too if you're not careful.
Totally. Where there's suddenly an expectation that's not said. And it always kind of comes down to it for me, like an expectation that's unsaid, that I will behave or do this. And I'm learning more and more and more from talking to many friends about our differences in our lives and how we show up. Like, you love your home, like I love my little space, you love your little thing, right?
I rarely leave my home unless
she really wants to leave it. She doesn't want to go to a big gathering. I'm like a big gathering junkie, you know, and I'm like a butterfly all over. And there's everything in between. And there's people who just, they need someone that they know with them all the time to go somewhere. Like, but I'm like, I'll go anywhere alone. I don't care if I even know anybody, and I'll just do whatever. And the expectation that we are all the same can't ever be that, because then it turns into this toxic thing where you are like expecting this person to know what you need, because shouldn't everyone know that? Shouldn't you know what I need? Shouldn't you be in my head all the time?
No, and even when you have these moments of discomfort with someone, there are definitely ways to handle things with care. But
what's that?
But if
still learning,
the other party is not willing to also handle with care, and it becomes like just like this war where you have to defend yourself, it's not worth defending. Like, you don't need to defend yourself to anyone. You just remove your energy. That's what I do. Like I said, I've gotten to the place where I don't put up with shit anymore. Like, even with the father of my son, since doing my Kundalini yoga practice, like consistently, especially this confidence Kriya, which I highly recommend. It's not too late to join the Kundalini 22 challenge. You can still do it.
But it's like, oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, my nervous system now, in those moments where I would have wanted to like cry and scream and get upset and like ruin my whole fucking day, it's like, I still
don't even have the energy for it.
I still feel that discomfort, but yeah, I don't want to give it energy. Like, I don't need to give it energy.
Right. I don't have the energy for it. And then I realized how much energy I was putting in to dealing with defensive behaviors, or, you know what I mean, or not saying no when I need to, or having my boundaries crossed, or not feeling really sometimes, you know, supported in relationships, that I have to like walk away if you aren't like, wow, cheering me on and like wanting like to see the best.
Which actually leads us to our next topic, which is the price of the glow up, haters included. And you know, like, my life has been an ever evolving journey of up leveling, and sometimes it's like a backpedaling.
For sure.
Because
what it feels like.
Healing, whatever you want to call it,
staircase.
It's not linear. It's like a fucking roller coaster. And yeah, since my life has like started glowing up leveling,
oh yeah,
there's been a lot of like amazingness, and then there's been a few haters as well.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, I just don't give it any energy.
I mean, what else can you do? Because you're not going to feel bad about it, or you're not going to hold yourself back from experiences or possible opportunities.
And if you have haters, I mean, that's actually when you know that you're like really like fucking, you're doing it. You're like living your best life.
What happens when your closest friends hate you?
Maybe they're not your friends, are they? Because like, friends don't hate on friends.
That's what I think. I mean, I don't know. I love my friendships. They fucking support me. They see me in a higher vision than I can even see myself. I mean,
I'm totally open to hearing reflections of like my negative behavior and stuff like that.
But in a
when
healthy,
somebody
safe
starts
way,
to hate on your actual up leveling when you're doing positive, beneficial things for yourself and humanity, that's when it's like, what the hell's going on here?
Right. And you have to really assess, like, I don't know what's going on. I have a lot of compassion because I've been the person that's jelly, not wanting them to like go away from me, like I want your time, attention, or whatever, but no way, like there's no way. I need supported. I need to have like loving kindness and like cheering me on, because that's what I do. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited, whoa, your parents just bought you that car, you know, and like and you could tell like just like, well, yeah, and then I was like, that's badass, you know. I'm not like all like, oh, it must be nice. You know, it's like, dude, you want to cheer people on and their successes and their wins, because that's what friends do. Like, we get these little tiny wins in life and the rest is fucking treachery. you know?
And also, you know, it's like what Matt Kahn says, something similar to like, you know, when you see somebody and they have something or whatever and it's sparking something in you, it's like, oh, it's like a desire that you want to have that. And so instead of feeding this like sort of like comparison or jealousy, like receive it as like an inspiration of like what's on its way to you, you know, and how can you actually further step into that instead of like...
If anything, I want to find out more about their lives and like, how do they live their lives? What do they think? And what do they do to get there? And I'm a musician, so whenever I talk to another musician who's started off as just a nobody musician and now they've got an album and they're actually touring and doing something, I'm like, how did you do it? You know, like, tell me more.
Which leads to that, you know, we maybe mentioned this before, that corny phrase, you are the combined average of the 5 people you hang out with most. And so
true.
Whose energy are you in training with, or are you in training other people's energy? And let's just be real, most of the time we don't have the capacity to walk into a crowd of toxic people and start entraining energy to our up-leveled energy. I mean, it's just not...
We're not Buddha or Christ yet.
No,
but it's like that kind of energy it takes a certain level of presence to be able to be with people's quirky behaviors. I guess that would make you feel like you're being pulled down, or that you're feeling like you're being dragged down or held back because they are like constantly negative, constantly complaining. And I've been there, dude. Like, I've been in the place of like, I have so many woes and complaints about my life. Girl, just like, I gotta spill it. Let me tell you how bad my life is. Oh no, let me tell you how bad my life is.
Let's compare our pain.
Let's compare our pain. But once you get to a tipping point of, I want to focus on my pleasure, not my pain, and like, I want to try to flip this, and I want you to, as my friend, grip me and be like, bitch.
Right. And it doesn't mean that we're always all like happy, love, and light, joy, and all that. I mean,
you're doing great.
The full like spectrum of the feminine is all of it. It's the resentment, it's the anger, it's the rage, it's the victimhood. Like, it's all of it. So there's nothing wrong. We have each been victims in our life at some point. But it's like, how much do you want to keep feeding that?
Exactly. Whatever you focus on, the red truck rule or whatever. Like, I tried this with white Teslas, people. I didn't even mean to do it, but I was like, gosh, I don't really ever see white Teslas very much. And like, the next day there was a white Tesla in front of me and it had like this strange number on it or something. It was like 333 or something. That was like white Tesla with 333 on it. I was just like,
there you go. The signs are everywhere.
Like some angelic number, you know, and I'm just like, wow. Anyway, I mean, you just choose what you want to focus on. And the hard part is admitting to yourself that you actually don't focus on the good things, and that you actually are repeating a story of your lack and just, you know, your lack of abundance, your lack of love,
I mean,
whatever.
Just like it's hard to admit that you might have a problem with any type of substance. Like for me, maybe for those of you who don't know this, but I got 2 DUIs in 45 days back in 2016. So it's been almost a decade. It's a 9-year cycle now. And look at how far I've come. And also, like, it took me many years of unraveling my addiction.
The reason why.
And even addiction to cannabis. I'm just going to be real with you. Like, if I ever feel like I need something to get me through a day, to get me through a difficult moment, I have an addiction.
Bingo.
And I'm not trying to shame anyone else in this or
website's
anything.
In the comments. One Brave Spirit. Let me help you find and uncover that, because like, addiction has a root cause, and it's shame of the addiction. You're ashamed of the addiction. I can't believe I have this addiction. Or you're ashamed of some sort of connection that you have to it. Right now, I hear it in your voice even.
What, the shame? I mean, I had a lot of shame for a while around the fact that, I got 2 DUIs in 45 days, which I also ended up being very grateful that I got 2 within such a short amount of time, because it woke me the fuck up. I couldn't drive anymore. Didn't have a car anymore. And then I started my first journey to Peru a year later, where I sat with Mother Ayahuasca, and I thought, oh, this is going to like help me get rid of my, addiction. And, it was a long spiral after that. Because even
it doesn't just stop. You have the awareness, and then there's the behavioral changes that go along with it.
No, and even in all honesty, this year, in the last several months, I did a little tango with alcohol recently, where I got into the spiral where it was like, I could feel my life up leveling, and there was a part in me that was
was
afraid of the up level and was like, no, we're staying here. We're staying down here.
Yep.
And I just kept doing my Kundalini practice. And also, I would say a lot of it has to do also with astrology and the things that we're moving through astrologically.
And your gut biome.
And all of that.
It's either trying to make you thrive or kill you.
Your fucking parasites in your body, all these different things. And so it's like, start nourishing your body, start cleansing your blood, start doing your practices, whether it's Kundalini yoga, although I would highly recommend Kundalini yoga, which isn't religious or anything, at least not the kind I do. It's about your nervous system.
Thing, really, and it's
about
presence
and your entrainment of your nervous system, and in training to higher levels of possibility.
It doesn't even matter. Or you could get like a workout trainer and like work out and get really healthy physically. Or you could start like changing your diet and eat something that's really great. Or like you can come in a million different ways.
And then you can even start finding, like we've showed before, there's like, I started switching to different drinks, like these mushroom based drinks, not psilocybin, but like actual like lion's mane and reishi mushroom. Reishi is really good for your nervous system. So you find these different alternatives to start switching these habits that you have, because you're not going to just go cold turkey and get rid of all these habits overnight. I mean, some people are capable, most people are not.
It's the little tiny steps that make big movements. Like the other night, 4th of July, I had little sips of everything. I would open up something and I'd be like, I don't want the whole thing. Do you want the rest of this? Oh yeah, I'll drink it. And I would just have a little try of it. I would do like a mix with some seltzer water, and it's mostly, bubbly water. And then like, oh, I just want a little sip of, I just want to taste the tequila. I didn't even want to drink it. I just wanted to taste it on my lips. Like literally just a little bit of everything, like Sag Risings would want.
And then if you're somebody like me who knows that like I'm not capable of having a drink, because once I feel that little like buzz feeling, I'm like, I want more and more and more and more, because I have like a Gemini moon and Virgo sun, and honestly I think
she's got that wild card.
Virgos and Pisces tend to be like prone to addictions. They just do. Yes, I've done some research on this, and I have a fair amount of Pisces in my family, and I'm a Virgo. And yes, I've definitely seen those patterns for sure. But yeah, it's about knowing yourself, knowing your limits, and then finding small ways that you can start to shift your habits to something a little bit healthier, until you finally get to that place where it's like that little baby or that 5-year-old that still sucks their thumb. It's like finding little ways. My friend recently, her daughter went like a whole week without sucking her thumb, and she's 5, and guess what? It took time. She wasn't able to shame her into not doing it.
Shame loop.
So you can't shame yourself into breaking bad habits, but you can certainly start to slowly encourage positive ones through different behaviors. So,
and on that note,
I think we've kind of like covered it all, right?
Remember,
you're the chosen one.
We all are.
And go to embracewhoyouare.com,
onebravespirit.com
for more inspired content,
powerhouse hypnotherapy sessions,
amazing products, all the things. And we want you to remember that we love you.
I love you. See you
May
next time.
something unexpected and wonderful happen for you today and every day. Search for it.